everybody? It's your boy Phoenix here, back with a brand new Marvel Spider-Man 2 video, and today we are officially 4 days away from the release of Marvel Spider-Man 2. And today we got a crazy surprise, which was that the launch trailer for Marvel Spider-Man 2 dropped, and we're going to be going over everything that I found in the trailer. So if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys go and hit that subscribe button as well, and let's go and jump right into the video. Now, the first thing that we see is Miles finding one of Kraven's hideouts, because in the story trailer, we did see Kraven's hunters getting ready to jump Miles, so my guess is that Miles has to go on an infiltration mission to find out more information on Kraven, because of the fact that, like I said, it matches up with the scene in the story trailer where Miles ends up using his new Thunderburst ability, so that lines up with that as well. Next, we see the web wings, which look amazing, and we hear Peter ask Miles to see if he's sure he can handle something by himself, and obviously that means him being Spider-Man and him needing help from Peter, as they are both Spider-Man in New York City. Now, if you guys remember back to my video that I did about a potential Miles ending, someone left a comment saying that Peter's trying to be a teacher. And if you look at that whiteboard here in the background, it does look like he is going to be a teacher. Not to mention that Miles did give him the idea in his game as well, so that right there honestly does make sense. Now, in this shot, we see Miles going to save Rio, but we see a little bit of green, so my guess is that Miles has to be under one of Mysterio's illusions because of that too. And along with it, you can tell that it is one of Mysterio's illusions because, for one, he's underwater and the bubbles come out as soon as the door closed. So that honestly makes me think that Mysterio is probably going to end up causing a lot of problems right there. And you guys already know the visuals got to go crazy for Mysterio. Following that, we also see Mr. Negative versus Miles in a boss fight, it seems. And it's safe to assume that this is the moment where Miles gets his new evolved Venom powers, because it does seem like Miles is absorbing some of Mr. Negative's negative energy at this point in the game. Next, we get a chance to see Sandman, which he looks great. And I really do think that this is going to be the boss fight at the beginning of the game, because of the fact that if you line everything up with the fact that Peter wanted to be a teacher and Miles gave him the idea, it really does sound like he is going to be a starter boss fight, so we know that Peter's looking for a job and stuff like that. Now, next we see Peter fighting at Coney Island, which was teased in the digital Alexis in the trailer. And I truly do think that Kraven probably pulled up to Coney Island to fight Peter as well. Now, next we hear Harry say that the symbiote chose Peter, which means at some point in the game, it's going to feel a strong attraction to Peter and it's going to jump on him. And with that, I can see that happening in a lot of different ways. And this is my favorite way about him, because if you guys really look at it, the symbiote is going to be attracted to Peter more because Harry is deemed unhealthy and Harry's not a healthy host. So it's going to cling on to Peter. Now, in this next part, we see Norman and Oscorp's soldiers, and we hear Norman say that he wants to get the symbiote off of Peter and he wants it back on Harry because Harry is dying. Next, in this shot, we see Peter in the sewers with Lizard after the boss fight, because if you guys remember in my last video, I said that Peter's going to have to make the Lizard drink it, and since his hide is too thick, it does seem like I was right that Peter is going to force him to drink it. Following that, we also get a chance to see a new finisher from Miles, which honestly just looks very disrespectful at this point. Like, bro, like, at this point, give him a lot of finishers, please, bro. Like, first we get the one from the expanded New York City trailer, and after that we get this one. Like, these finishers keep getting worse and worse and worse, bro. Now, in this next scene, we hear Peter say that he's the hero and it's not MJ. Now, if you guys remember my video about how I said MJ is going to notice a change in Peter's personality, well, it looks like I was right again. Also in this shot, we see Harry getting sick around having the symbiote on as well. So my guess is that this has to be further in the game, right after the symbiote goes from Harry to Peter, and Harry wants it back because he needs it to survive. And Peter's probably end up saying no. He wants it. He loves the power too much. In this next shot, it looks like the Emily May Foundation. Now, if you guys haven't seen the gameplay we got last month, where you see Peter fighting the hunters, and we hear him say that him and Harry need to get out of there before the whole entire place comes down, I do believe that it is that part in the game where it blows up, because you can see the ceiling come down on the Emily May Foundation. So I truly do think that that lines up perfectly with that. Now, next, we found out that MJ was looking at Peter in the story trailer, as well as if you look at the black suit, it looks like he was in rage mode here, just based on the look of the spider symbol as well. In this next shot right here, it looks like a lab in the background. And also, if you look at the lighting, it's the same light as the one that we saw from Peter and MJ. So this could be where Harry is and the symbiote's bonding to him, which we see in this next shot. This next part, we finally get to see what Dr. Connors looks like. Now, as we know, Peter has already fought the Lizard, so he does not have his glasses on in this shot, as well as we do hear MJ say that he's here. Now, we don't know who this is, but I really do think that this could be after Peter met Craven for the first time. And next, we get to see Venom getting shot at and someone saying that they need to put the building on lockdown. I do think that this could be an Oscorp security base because, as we saw at the start of the trailer, Norman wanted the symbiote off of Spider-Man. So I do think that Norman put the symbiote in an Oscorp security base and Harry found it and got to this part. So I do believe that that is what happened there. Next, we see Miles in what looks to be Mr. Negative's realm. Following that, we hear MJ say that he can snap him out of it. Now, I do think that she's talking about Peter once again because of the lighting, and the purple lighting matches up so well with that. On top of that, we get to see her riding a motorcycle being such a W girl for Peter. And lastly, we get to see Venom. So those are all the Easter eggs that I spotted. And without a doubt, it's been your boy Phoenix. And I'll see you guys later with another spectacular Spidey Webtastic banger.